first official Japan Juicebox meet.
Now she's getting used to the off-road tyres. So the high off-roading Probox is getting turned into a low box. Seats are lovely.
That's all the fucking hard motor and oil we're putting on it.
It's just Japan. Music just plays in the air. That sounds like fucking happy time.
But slightly sad as well.
It's like the end credits of Barney or something.
I feel like this trip's over and the credits
It's
start
like people just go
playing.
sleep on the street when they start up. Just they start lying down.
Yeah.
Trip's over. See you later. Some handy modifications here now. Pulled into Andrews, took off the big wheels, slammed it, put it on really cool wheels.
It must have been around there.
The orange Dave went that way.
It's mad looking in at something with no like misery.
Oh yeah, and to keep looking, getting a bit scared. We were going, ooh, and he starts scraping.
There's just no misery whatsoever.
They're sad.
They're such a cool wheel.
Did you paint these red while they're off, lads?
Ah, they're cool as fuck, like, cause they're just. yeah, the drums are very powerful now. Look, she's getting done up.
I don't like it.
Don't you? Oi.
I love it.
It was great, man.
Yeah,
It's fucking brilliant.
Nice. We're going to straight pipe her too,
Yeah, fucking throw it on.
One I made earlier there, she's a
Yeah,
beaut.
look at that.
Absolute beaut.
straight out the middle.
Yeah.
I had to clearance it a little bit.
What's this off of?
A cord.
Fucking hell. Oh, that's the Oki ball with like, oh, that's terrible.
It's great.
Look at the fucking hammer bashes. Go get an orange.
Can't.
Go on, look, they're in the basket and stuff.
And Josh Green. Not Josh Orange.
There's low hanging ones there that'd be grand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, just get in and get out like. Yeah, see, it looks grand. Orange. Yeah, the old orange. Well, a little.
You smell amazing, man.
I know. It's an orange. Go on, give it a go.
I'm afraid.
Why are you afraid?
I'm so afraid. Because we just picked it off a tree in Japan.
Yeah, but like.
That's how we all grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually great.
Go on, give us
It's
a
more
seg.
like it's more like a grapefruit though.
Like a meat can, not like a grapefruit.
It's fucking gorgeous. Because if anyone sees us now, we've stolen.
That's a fucking tree.
It's very sour. Like sourer than you could ever imagine. Yeah, that adds to the fucking flavour.
Well, if we all get sick, we know.
Yeah, we all get sick together.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, she knows we got the oranges. I don't mind.
I cancelled out the fizz off the weird furry orange.
Yeah, that was the third time I put that on.
Yeah, I just missed them.
Can we do slow mo?
Sorry, we need to do it again, and you need to be just at a different. That's great. I love it.
Go to any tyre shop here, they come out with you with this like, oh no, please look.
Really?
Torque. Okay. This is a really old, like a classic one.
Yeah.
1978. They really went mad with the design, didn't they? They fucking
Yeah.
engineered
Wow.
stuff.
So you have 50 steering wheels.
At least way more, I'd say.
What's the rare
50 or
steering wheel you
60.
have? That's pretty
That's
fucking
cool,
epic.
That's the triple horn, so the horns on the back here.
Oh no way! You just press it like
What?
what?
Oh yeah.
We lowered it. It already had the chin spoiler, so yeah, instantly just cool machine. It actually scraped his drive and everything on the way out. It was like mission complete on that.
I love it even more now. I actually love it.
Put it on really cool wheels.
got it ready then because Andrew was nice enough to organise a Juicebox meet in Japan, which, I don't know, I think that's the craziest thing ever. We're on the other side of the world and we were having a Juicebox meet. Yeah. Looks fucking great, man. It actually does. It's not too far off.
She hasn't even settled yet. She'll go down.
Give her another while now to settle in.
Because you see, that's as low pretty much as you
Yeah.
go on the back, so you want to kind of match it.
Yeah. It looks great, man. Car's low now and stiff.
Stiff.
Oh my god, a 106 GTI.
We decided to bring it for a car wash, got it spruced up.
Yeah, Kazuo came along in his little Honda Today, which is the coolest little thing ever. He done all the work himself. He's just a young fella, but yeah, he's a cool dude.
Down towards Kawasaki, and we actually got treated to a load of Bozozuku bikes.
Oh man, I'm so glad we saw that. Andrew had reached out to a bunch of people he knew and then he got them to reach out to other people and we just rocked up to an incredible car park full of really badass cars.
Coupe anything?
You're just
super cool. I've seen this car park a few times on the Intertube.
Marcelo came then with all the lads, all the 86 gang, 4AG club. The lads from Major Force came.
I had been texting a guy I actually follow on Instagram. I just text this guy and see does he want to actually come down to this meet. This is one car in particular that I would really like to see in person. Yeah, he agreed to come down, but he actually wasn't as close as I thought to the location. He was like 2.5 hours or something like that. He drove all the way down just basically so we could have a look at his car.
Oh my god! It's here. Oh man!
grey RX-7. It's just insane. I actually had to walk away from it a couple of times because it was pissing me off. It was so nice.
Boss Jeff.
No, I'm too nervous.
Jeff organised this with Andrew. For us, apparently. I don't know. I thought they were organising for someone else.
Wasn't this the whole thing when we were messaging like weeks ago?
Yeah, but I just thought all these
we'll
people
have
were
a meet on the
rocking in
Friday
here.
the 31st. You're like, oh, sure, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Does that not mean anything?
Well, yeah, I just fucking thought, like, you know.
Sure, we'll
just
go to
rocking
a car
in.
park.
Yeah.
No, this is the first official Japan Juicebox meet.
Yeah.
Coming every year.
Every year at the
Every
same time.
Uh,
€10 admission. There'll
Next
be.
year, DJ Tommy Joe. There'll be a chip van.
We'll have heaven on the gate there.
Sean will be behind here.
Yeah.
It's €25. Kids are only 22.
Cool, right.
That's why we're trying to get all these cool
Jeff.
cars out.
You're a fucking star, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Andrew,
no problem, no problem.
you're a star.
No problem.
This is cool.
Yeah.
It's good, is it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Lots of cool
There's
machines.
some load of different cars here. Love it. This is the best thing in the whole world, though.
You happy?
Oh man, this is the fucking greatest car ever.
Goodbye. Bye.
Overnight run. Presto.
Wow.
They're all like red, candy red. They
Yeah.
all have JZXs, and one couple of his members have
Oh my God.
GC 110s, Hokosuka Skylines.
Yeah. Jesus, man.
Yeah, these are Kai's. What was on the XT9s? So this is like Kanagawa style right here.
Yeah.
With the old school wheels.
Yeah.
He has Kai's XT9s and stuff.
I love this. Is my favorite style, like.
I'll tell you something for the listeners. He told me. So XD9s work XD9s.
Yeah.
They're called cross D9s.
Yeah.
But this is like, you know, it was extremely popular style around like, you know, 2002, 2003, like, and it's really, really nice to see that he hasn't. Yeah, but he hasn't like evolved beyond that. Like.
Tank style. It was like a Japanese tank, like a battle tank.
Okay.
And then he repainted it to the candy red.
昔これでみんな走ってた。だからそのスタイルをちょっと崩すわけにはいかないし、
Just he's a little bit older, so he liked that.
Yeah, that was his
That was the
style.
style
like.
back
When
then.
he was young,
Yeah.
that was the style.
But what's funny is that style is really popular outside Japan now.
Yeah.
But,
always trying to
but in
replicate
Japan, it's not like.
Cooney's car that we saw,
Yeah.
is like the drift step up of this kind of
Yeah, it's
same
that-
era style.
that
so
with just a
street
li-
car,
yeah.
drift car, both simple in their own
Yeah.
way.
ナイトウォーカーズとか、ク
Oh.
ール D とか。
So back in the day, Nightwalkers and everything, they all used to hang out and everything, and
Yeah.
that's when they all started like drifting and
Yeah.
stuff like that together, like way back in the day,
Yeah.
early 2000s.
Yeah.
ナイトウォーカーズが90が2台ぐらい置いたんだ。
27 years this team has been around.
What?
Overnight run.
It's as old as I like.
Yeah, so
I was baby.
That's
俺も
incredible.
46だもんだって。46。
Wow.
Don't look a day over 45.
Yeah. Probably the nicest crest I've ever seen.
Drift a car.
I know, but that's what I always admired about years ago because all their cars were always fucking mint, and it's so cool that he's still into that.
The Cresta, the red Cresta, that thing is one of the coolest cars ever on the street. It's just so low, and I don't know. He's an old dude as well. He's like in his 40s and he's still just driving a car like that. Very cool. I hope I'm like that when I'm middle-aged and not boring, hopefully. cleaving the meat was great. Lots of burnouts, lots of rings from Marcello. Some Carda, it's just the coolest, rawest 86 you could ever dream of.
Marcello did some rings for us because we hadn't got any rings lad in Japan yet, so that was amazing. His 86 is unbelievable. Tearing across the Yokohama Bay Bridge full speed. Tried to go into Daikoku and that didn't work out because of the surge of tourism and stuff.
Yeah, like you were telling me about this lad. So he still loves this stuff, but because he's young, he can't afford to have like the really cool items. So he's after making the coolest thing ever out of something that was more affordable. Yeah.
Like the cars are the same price as at home or more.
Yeah.
For a nice car, for an actually nice car, because all the shit ones are going. So the ones here are nice. If you're buying it from a dealer or something, so they cost an absolute fortune.
Yeah.
So.
And like, it's sad in a way that like these young lads, because we like the culture, but they can't afford to keep the culture going. So like, you know, he's a perfect example of someone that's doing the best he can. Like maybe we should ask him a little bit about it. Like, I mean, what inspired him to do this? Like,
はい。このカラーにしたか。この色にした理由は簡単そうだからっていう理由で、したら難しかった。だからちょっと汚いけど、でも思いのほかかっこよくできちゃったなみたいな感じです。
This color is really easy to paint. But he didn't really say why he...
But he did it himself as well, didn't
yeah,
he? Like,
he did all this himself. 昔の JTCC.
そうですね、JTCC が好きで、かっこいいから全部それにまとめます。
He definitely liked the JTCC, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
90s. Just thought it'd be cool, kind of different. So he does like some K-car
yeah.
racing, like...
So you probably had them from that, like...
10-hour endurance race
Yeah.
and stuff. このウィールとかどこ？
オイル円形。いやいや、家にあった。もらった。父親からもらいました。
That's what I mean, that's
So
gas
his
like...
dad was into like 86s and has a garage and is a mechanic. So I think he was probably brought up a
Yeah.
little bit like...
And he just has all the good stuff because that's what he's surrounded by, like...
yeah, and like
and
the
has
seed,
good eye
I
for
asked
it.
him earlier like what seed is it and hasn't a clue, like just stuff that was hanging.
Isn't that so cool that it's just like he has a good eye for it and it's
Yeah.
all the stuff that's around, so
Yeah.
he just
Threw it
puts
all
together
together.
a really beautiful car with the stuff that he's surrounded by.
Mugen でしょ？
はい。
Mugen.
あ、無限無限。
Mugen.
NGK。
Yeah.
ブラグ。
Wow.
Few more.
Yeah.
Just gonna get a 2J, right?
え？通じ？ That was my next question.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to ask him before we actually get fucked out is like, is there many kids of his age and generation that are interested in this, or is he kind of like, you know, a dying breed? Like, I feel like he kind of is a little bit, you know, like.
Kazuma, who Andrew hangs out with, he was kind of an insight into the younger generation of Japanese kids, and he said that most Japanese kids that he knows that are his age have no interest in cars whatsoever. And also, like we'd mentioned before in videos when we met the lads in Osaka, they had said that there was no real car scene anymore for young kids around. Like, they can't afford the cars are too expensive. He was saying the only reason why he's into cars is because his dad used to have a race team when he was a kid. So he kind of grew up around that stuff. And he couldn't afford anything but this little Honda Today, which we thought was the best thing ever. He'd hand painted it himself and done it in the cool cigarette graphics. And it just looked amazing. And he was telling us that a lot of his friends from his age group kind of laugh at him and just kind of think like, why do you mess around with this old crap?
Yeah, nobody knows what the fuck this is.
Really?
Hard to get a date.
Kind of scary to think that like that whole culture was just generational and it's basically gone.
But to us, he's the coolest kid ever, like, you know.
Exactly.
Police are chucking us out.
Yeah.
We're gone.
There's this Kaido racer, a red one, and just this old fella asleep in the passenger seat, all reclined out.
Oh my God.
It was strange. It's like he was on an overnight haul in his Kaido racer and he just had to take a rest.
Andrew asked me if I would like to drive his Euro R away from Daikoku out the Aqualine. Yeah, Andrew just threw me the keys of the Euro R and let me drive it to the next destination. I don't think I'll ever forget that feeling of just absolutely blasting out one of the most famous roads in Tokyo.
The infrastructure of Japan will blow your mind. Everything is insane. There's streets above streets, there's tunnels under those streets. Everything is big and clean as well. That tunnel that's tiled and it's immaculate. My bathroom at home isn't as clean as this tunnel.
So we beeline for Umihotairu. Don't know how to say that properly, but it's a parking area out in the middle of Tokyo Bay. You go on the Aqualine, which is the really famous tunnel from like all the high-speed runs from like Top Secret and stuff.
That's fucking cool. Fair play to him. Ooh. So he actually is a learner, like, to be honest.
Have you ever explained that mark? Like,
Well, because people think that's the JDM mark.
it's so JDM.
But it's literally a learner.
Yeah. If you like, this is like being in Japan and having L plates on
Yeah.
your car and being like,
Yeah. Here's a real JDM person
He
with the
actually has to have
JDM
this.
L plate. It's the law. It's the law. I just love that he literally is the tail end of all this. Like you said, 5 years from now, nobody his age is going to even remotely give a fuck about this stuff. Oh my God, the size of it.
this is
Fucking
final connection.
man of culture, huh? Look at the. There's no room
So he's
whatsoever.
building the same 同じエンジン次の今
同じ
同じで
ヘッドが
キャブ
キャブ FCR キャブ
FCR carbs
ホンダビートのヘッドビッグバルブ
Yeah,
big valve head
right.
ポート、
ported
ポリシング
polishing polished ported
So he's spending the bucks, like.
yeah he just wants the cool sound and
Yeah,
the
of
carby
course.
response.
Who doesn't? That's what you
Yeah,
wanted, is something like this.
55 horsepower.
Yeah. So this is this is all paint.
ペイントステッカー
So yeah, all the green and gold,
Yeah.
this green and this gold are all paint.
And he just made the stencils himself, like. Oh yeah. The roof is all painted. That is incredible.
Nice. It's so, like
It's
it doesn't look like it was
Nah.
that like it looks
Excellent
really
job.
good. That much. Good safety.
Yeah.
Safety drive.
Fucking schmutzo. Got a PT Cruiser. Totally fucking. What an absolute fucking shitter. Just when you think like things couldn't get any weirder. He's done all this himself, painted everything himself. Like, incredible. This fella popped his plate off in fucking 2 seconds.
Oh, magnets. A little
What? Man, this fucking chap's a genius.
Oh, that's
Josh
that's way better than like magnets or
What is happening
I've
here?
never
little
seen
pop
these
rivety
before.
jobbies. That's way better.
Get him to do that there. That's absolutely incredible.
What's a very cool.
So you just push it.
Genius. It's way neater. Like.
Yeah.
Or you push it yourself, Josh.
We're all fucking
Like the balls are perfect.
incredible.
This is highly illegal and should not be done.
He is the fucking man. Wow, man.
I bet his outlet thought of this.
Yeah,
I thought it was
he's
gonna be a
gave
bit
it-
of
yeah,
Velcro.
yeah.
You really notice that when you're in Japan that like a lot of the people that are still doing it are like in their 30s and 40s and 50s, and there isn't much of a younger generation really. Like you do see it, but it is definitely not as prominent as you would expect. That was a great little night. It was a lovely insight into just like how the younger generation are like, you know, adapting to car culture that are being priced out of the market because of people like us. We are buying and, you know, extracting everything out of Japan, which is a double-edged sword, I guess. You know, we've talked about it before. We love the culture, so we want the culture, but by wanting the culture, we take the culture from Japan. So it's kind of like, almost like burning the candle at both ends. I do know that because a lot of young people aren't getting into it, the cars would probably be like scrapped or recycled or whatever. So a lot of stuff does go to like new homes to people around the world that are very appreciative, or you would hope so. It is tricky. I mean, me even buying this 8.6, you know, that's another 8.6 maybe that somebody else can't have in Japan, and I was very aware of that, so kind of tricky, you know. There is a lot of stuff still out there, but a lot of stuff in the last 3 years, especially since like America's 25-year rule has kind of, you know, opened up the gates. I definitely noticed a lot less stuff on the roads as opposed to when we were there in like 2016 or 2019. It was interesting. I do feel for the younger kids like that. I mean, but you know, if the cars aren't there and people aren't doing anything with them, people are just not going to really get into it. They just get into other stuff. Big eye opener. Again, especially, you know, we had one on the last trip, and then again with this lad, eventually there mightn't be much left in Japan, or they'll just stop exporting stuff. So Japan kind of has it set up real easy to buy cars and be exported. Their whole economy is kind of built on that. So they make it very easy for idiots like us to just buy stuff and send it to your home country. It will be interesting to see the next 20 years how this plays out. There's only so many 8.6s and Civics and Skylines that we can take before they maybe stop it. Who knows? But for now, the floodgates are open, and yeah, that's that.
Oh wow.
Look at this! Oh! Completely original. Look at the twin spoiler. Please, on T37s.